Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Andrew again. I'm here with my wife, and we just getting off work. And since it's Halloween, basically, I want to tell you about an experience that I had at a job I used to work. I'm not gonna, name any jobs, but I will tell you about an experience that I had at a job before. I used to work security. And I used to work security in this big warehouse. And I can tell you the city, it was in Memphis, Tennessee. And I did security in this warehouse. And basically, this warehouse, when I first started working there, I didn't know anything about this warehouse. I was excited to get a job, especially in security, because that was something I was wanting to do then. Just to, have a steady income. That was like one of my first job. I had a steady income for a extended period of time, so I was excited about it. And at this warehouse, I say I worked there 2 years as a total, but I say 6 months within this warehouse. I started off working graveyard, which is the night shift, of course. And I did security at a back post where basically I just sit there all night. It was where they do trucks, unload trucks, and I sit there all night and I just just watching empty dock doors, and I had a camera on them and everything. And typically normal nights, nothing ever happens, and I never seen anything when I was sitting back there, but I always heard strange things around there. So one particular weekend, we was just getting off a weekend, from being off, and we normally open back up on a Sunday night. I came in Sunday night and getting ready to open up the building, and basically my manager, he was looking at the camera, and he said, well, we caught something on camera when we was gone, basically off for the weekend. We just don't know what it was. So with me being me, and I didn't really care then at all. So with me being me, I just waved it off and left it alone. And I walked in the break room. In the break room, I still could hear that conversation. So in the break room, I just got something out the vending machine, heard the conversation. I walked back into it, and because they was talking about what is that on camera. And I'm like, y'all don't see anything on camera. There's no way. So I'm looking on camera, and the building I was in basically had motion lights, and the motion lights come on when someone walks up under them. In the building, you can literally, at a certain length of time, all the lights go out instead of basically the owl lights. They keep at least enough light up in there to see around some, but majority of the lights is gone out. And I looked on camera. They rewind back the camera, and we was looking on camera, and it was a white figure walking out of one frame of the camera to the next frame. And just to explain the frames of the cameras, on each dock door we had a camera. It's like dock door 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's just walking out of one camera into the next, going to camera 2, going to camera 3. It's just like I'm walking across in a straight line across the doors. And it hopped out of frame, basically walked through past 3 dock doors, and it hopped out of frame. We couldn't see it no more. But then we have where the truck drivers come in and sign in and everything, and we seen it walk out the back door. Definitely didn't believe it then. So I was still skeptical, although that was my post. I was getting ready to go there that night because that's what I basically supposed to be all night. Was I scared? Not really. I was curious more than anything, because I never always heard about it.
Your ass was scared. You tripping. You scared.
I was curious.
Whatever.
I was curious. But
you nosy. That's what that is.
Okay. She right. I was nosy. I take nosy. I was nosy because I always watch UFO things, and I'm always into it. And basically, I just wanted to know is it real or not. So, nothing didn't happen. Needless to say, nothing didn't happen to me back there at all. And I was basically assigned to another post on the weekend, because we was busy and it was holiday season, I was assigned to another post in the back of the building. And in the back of the building, it was they was working on a special project, and the weekend we were just back there by ourselves. And the front of the building wasn't anybody working or anything like that in the aisles, and it was a pretty big building. So I was back there, and everybody went on break that day. And once everybody went on break, it was around, I said about 80 people back there. And it was a temp service everybody worked for. They worked on a assembly line. Everybody went on break. And after they went on break, I'm sitting in a chair, and it's a dark aisles behind me with pallets. And I hear something go, psst. And I was like, okay, I definitely didn't hear nothing. I'm just imagining stuff because I'm new to the job still. And I'm just hearing something go, psst. So I turned around and I seen a white figure.
Son of a...
It walked through the crates. And I know it was a woman with a white dress on. And the thing that scared me the most, it had motion lights that should have came on. It wasn't no motion lights on. So that really got my attention there. So I told my boss about it because I did see something and I was suspecting something was in the building. So I told him, and he was like, oh, okay, so you seen him, huh? And I'm like, what you mean, okay? He was like, oh, no, we have reports of seeing things like that at this building. Just want to let you know, the building is sitting on the cemetery.
Y'all should have told me that shit before I got hired.
Exactly my point. The building is sitting on a damn cemetery. So basically what he told me what happened was they tore up all the graves, removed all the tombstones. They supposedly supposed to relocate all the bodies to another cemetery. But obviously, mistakes happen. And possibly they didn't remove this tombstone or whoever that is walking through that building. But I definitely wasn't the first one. I wasn't the last one to actually see that. But that was just one of my experiences, that I had. I had a few more. So if you want to know more of the experience that I have some more in more detail that, that's even more intense than that me and my wife actually experienced together. And if you want to know those experiences, I definitely will upload it. Just like, comment, and subscribe. And happy Halloween.